What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Guardian Shield item that was recently added to the game, and there are some ways in which this item is really effective and borderline overpowered. If you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the Guardian Shield in Fortnite. So, the biggest advantage or the most broken strategy with this item is that if one of your teammates is holding it out, not if it's thrown, but if they're actively holding it out, you can actually shoot through the force field. And I'm not sure if this is intended and it's going to get fixed because, like I said, when it's planted, it doesn't work. But when someone is actively holding it out, you can shoot through it and hit people. And I'll have some clips of it on screen now. And this is ridiculously busted. And I feel like this is something that is definitely going to be the meta in Zero builds for team game mode specifically. It's very good, but I feel like as time goes on, it probably won't be as good because I feel like the main thing that makes this busted at the moment is the fact that not as many people know about it. And so they think, okay, let me just mag dump the shield to knock the guy off of it or whatever. But when people are used to getting shot through the shield like this, they're not just going to mag dump somebody holding the shield, and you're not just going to get free beams all the time. It'll still be useful for like rotating or whatever, but I feel like fighting with the shield like this, it will kind of go down in effectiveness as more and more players get used to it. So obviously you could use the shield for cover. As you can move, you can just hold it out and then walk around with it like that if you need to get to point A from point A to point B without taking damage. You can also throw it onto the ground and then sprint to it, kind of right shoulder peek your shield. There's a lot of things you can do with it as far as just using it as cover, but having somebody hold the shield while you stand behind them and just shoot through it continuously and nuke people that don't understand or don't expect it to be coming is very broken. I really don't know if this is a bug or intended. I think it's very good, but its usefulness, I think, will go down over time as more and more people are used to playing against it. If you are playing against a team using this strategy, just don't peek them and try to use hammers or shockwave bows or whatever to get off to the side. The shockwave bow could also be very good for countering this because you might not be able to shoot them head on, but if you can get an arrow to like the side of them or something along those lines, you can really mess them up, you know? So depending on the situation, if you shoot a shockwave arrow like maybe behind the people or to the side of them, you'll knock them away, and not only will the player holding the shield not be like putting out the shield effect anymore, I don't think, but they'll probably not end up right next to each other, and then you can just fry the player that isn't the one with the shield. So another thing that's really kind of good about the shield, but I think will go down in effectiveness as time goes on, is going to be that you can swap from your shotgun to the shield back to your shotgun. So you shotgun somebody, pull out the shield, and you're basically filling the shotgun delay with your shield being out so they can't damage it, right? And then you swap back to the shotgun. And because of the way the crosshair works in this game, you can still see the dot from your crosshair while you have the shield out, and you just kind of like crosshair placement that on the opponent, swap to your shotgun, and then immediately shoot. Again, this is very good right now because a lot of people aren't used to playing against this, but I feel like as time goes on, people won't just be spraying you, and if you are doing this, you want to try to keep backing up and keep your distance from the opponent because a lot of people are going to try to like sprint past the shield and get behind you, but you want to keep your distance a little bit from the person. And then maybe they'll just mag dump you while you have the shield is out. And if that's the case, you want to wait for them to be reloading to pull out your shotgun and shoot them. If they shoot at you with your shotgun, you want to shoot them. So like you want to shoot them during their shotgun's pump animation or while they're reloading their spray weapon. That is like the two most common things I've seen. But yeah, you just shotgun, shield, back to shotgun. It's very good right now, but I think as time goes on and people get used to playing against us, they're not just going to sit there and mag dump the shield for no reason. And when you put the shield away, you're basically making a 50-50 edit, and we kind of seen this like same progression with editing back in the day. So early on in Fortnite, not very many people knew how to edit, and you could kind of make any edit and it was okay because they weren't expecting it. But as time went on and more people got used to playing against players that edit, making just a 50-50 edit wasn't a good play. And just the person waiting on you to edit would actually have the advantage because they would just have their shotgun on you. So yeah, making this 50-50 edit play essentially with the shield is good now, but I think as people get used to playing against it, it's not going to work. If you're playing against it, try to get, if you have the opportunity to maybe like barrel stuff the person and get behind them while they have the shield out, that'll work. Maybe you hammer to the side of them. Again, I think shockwave bow might work to just shoot it at the ground and then if they walk over it. But also, you could just hold your shotgun out and crosshair placement on the person, and then the moment they swap away from the shield, you'll be able to shoot them right away because your shotgun is already out, whereas they have to go from the shield to the shotgun swap animation. So, and just a straight up 1v1, this doesn't work, but obviously, if you're doing, let's just say you're playing duos, and you're fighting 2 people at once, which, if you're fighting 2 people at once in the open, and they just have line of sight on you, that's not good. But, like, let's just say you're fighting them, or you're the duo in this instance, you could like shotgun, pull out your shield, your teammate can still shoot through the shield while you're holding it, which is insane, and you could swap back to your shotgun, and the DPS output you'll have there while being somewhat protected is nice. But I feel like the shotgun shield is very much similar to a 50-50 edit play, and as time goes on, people aren't just going to sit there and spray you with your shield. They're going to wait for you to make the edit essentially on them or swap to your shotgun, and the moment that happens, they're going to get first shot, and then they're going to switch to their spray weapon, which if you're using shotgun shield, you probably don't have a spray weapon, or you're using the SCAR as your AR. Like, it's just a demanding playstyle because you're probably using shotgun shield. Those are your 2 items. You're using a healing item for sure, right? So you have 2 more items remaining. Are you going to go SMG AR, or are you going to go AR hammer? And if you're going AR hammer, you might want the SCAR in that instance because it's a little more versatile and it can fill the role of both an AR and a spray weapon. But at that point, you don't have the long range like dominance of the red eye or the DMR. So I just feel like you're giving up other things to make this playstyle work, which right now it'll work, especially in low skill lobbies. But I feel like as you fight better players and as more and more people get used to playing against the Guardian Shield, it's not going to be as great. One really nice thing about this shield, though, is that it can block the hammer smash. And a lot of times when someone goes for a hammer smash on you, it is somewhat predictable. I've talked about this a bunch. A lot of people like to kind of do the hammer dash, and then while they're in the sky, then they do the attack. And if you're the person on the ground, you could just pull out your hammer and then dash away and then shoot them afterwards. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They just stand there and get hammer smashed and then complain about it. But with the Guardian Shield, you could take it out, do the block ability, and you will deflect their hammer smash and then be able to kill them. And while someone does the hammer, if they get stuck in that animation afterwards. So if you encounter someone going for a hammer smash and you're using the shield, you just hard counter them. You just hold it out, they hit your shield, and then you just get free shots on them while they're stuck in the animation. So it's really good for that. And I think it's really good in team game modes. I mostly play solos, so I feel like a lot of the value just isn't there. You can't set up the like spray through, building or like making cover, I feel like isn't as necessary in solos, just because it's easy to just get tags on somebody and then push off that, whereas the team game modes are a bit different. And like I said, for both of the main things, the shotgun swap and the teammate shooting through the shield, I think as more players get used to playing against these things, they're not just going to stand there and kind of mag dump the shield and make themselves an easy target for you. They're either going to make the fight something else with mobility, they're not going to take the fight, or they're just going to crosshair placement on you and wait for you to make the play on them in the event of like the shotgun shield combo. But that is going to be it for today's video. Some interesting uses of the Guardian Shield. It is better than I thought, especially in team game modes, but I still just don't think it's something that I personally would want to use in solos. Maybe if we had more inventory slots, but let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.